We're gonna do this a bit differently today. I have two of these. Now, this is the actual sketchbook from last summer, I think. And this is what I call a in-between sketchbook. And what that basically means is I use this during a time where I couldn't buy another sketchbook. So, we're gonna go through both of these, because, let's be honest, I'm not gonna do a separate sketchbook tour on that. Let's go through this. Honestly, my decorating game has become a lot better since this point. These are Anna's stickers, by the way. Can't get them anywhere, but, you know, they are hers. Go follow her. Okay, so, from what I remember, in the last sketchbook, there wasn't a sketch of my sculpture class project. This is the final sketch that I did, and it pretty much looked like this afterwards. Funny thing about it, it fell apart like a couple of minutes after our lesson was finished. We did our presentations, but all that matters is that it stayed together during the presentation. If it fell apart then, I don't know what I would do. There's some more sketches for printmaking class, I think. We're not gonna even talk about this. If you know, you know. Oh, that's when these episodes of the hunter-centric episodes of The Owl House were coming out. Love that. I still haven't watched the finale. I'm waiting on my friends to have time. Please, we need to watch it. I'm honestly sad. Love my boy Hunter. Honestly, like, have I related to a fictional character more since then? I don't know. Like, aside from Simon from Fiona and Cake. But he's just depressed, that's why I relate. And then some of my OCs, like trying to still find a name that sticks for this person. I still don't think that his name is good. I think I was not very happy with the way I was drawing, because, you know, this has to be around the time of finals then, and like when you have to do a lot of stuff. So then I went and did a couple of loose stuff. I really like this one. Yeah, I think I really stopped drawing a lot of my original characters lately. I mean, I do draw them. I just think that I don't draw the same ones. Oh, right. This is where... Okay, so me, Anna, and another one of our classmates went to the seaside sometime in April. Yeah, last year. And we were just basically spending like a weekend or a couple of days just chilling by the sea, drawing, going out for ice cream and all of that. Yeah, we were just sitting by their camper, and there was a bunch of seagulls walking around, and we named them Pepe and Grega. And eventually that developed into, well, first of all, drawing them in different variations. This is the original Pepe, which is just a seagull stealing food. Then there's Gasser Grega. Then there's the creation of Adam Grega. Then there's David Grega, Balkan Pepe, Egypt Pepe, Act Pepe. And then I was sort of thinking for the ballet story, because Dimitri is sort of like a weeb, and I was thinking, well, I can't just put like knockoffs of real anime in there, which, you know, I could. But I was like, what if I just make a fake anime? And then we were like, okay, you see these seagulls that are walking around, what if we transform them into actual characters? So that's what we did, and we basically put together an entire crew from the animals that were walking around the camp site. This is Pepe. He's a pirate. And basically, well, definitely not captain, but he is a pirate. He basically grew up on the streets, and then he met with Grega, who is a rich kid that ran away because his family was getting killed, basically Anastasia type shit. But then he joins the pirates, so he can go reunite with his family in another land where they escaped to. But in the meantime, then they fall in love and stuff. So that is the most basic concept. But that's kind of the point. Yeah, so he's kind of an idiot. Pepe is just edgy, and yeah, that's basically it. There was also a cat there. He had like a ripped ear, and we were like, okay, the cat would be the captain because cats aren't afraid of seagulls somehow. We also googled a lot about seagulls, and they are terrifying. Just they can kill a dog basically. Like if the dog is small, they will like pick it up and be like, "You're my food now." Scary. Anyway, yeah. So this is then Primož, because that's what the cat was called. Basically, he just trolls them constantly because they're idiots who are falling in love. Like, that's all there is. And then we were trying to, like, find some other people and then maybe a villain. This all is gonna develop over the next few pages, trust me. These are all from the same weekend. So, again, why did my art style like regress a couple of years here? I don't know. I was probably just super excited because, you know, I just like creating characters. But yeah, then there's College AU, Greg and Pepe. Then there's just Primož being fabulous. And there's just a bunch of random shots of like potential things that could happen. And then there's another crew member. I don't remember what we called her. Miriam. Yeah. She's just the sort of stoic, I wouldn't say mother figure, but she does take care of everyone else. Yeah, here's just more of them. So cute. And yeah, then there's the young versions. Then there's the people from the comic where this is the fake anime that are just hyped about the characters. Also, this is from high school. I had a comic in high school that was called Duhet Stefan, basically Ghost Stefan. And it was a concept that basically I and a couple of classmates came up with, which was like every class has like a guardian ghost. And then there was also a couple of other ghosts that were like sort of just attached not to the class but to the building. And that was him, and we in our actual class had like an A4 piece of paper stuck to that machine so that it looked like his face. And yeah, I know eventually someone took that face off, and also one of our professors just put a dot in the middle of the paper, and we were all like, no! Oh, that was so funny. I gave Miriam a girlfriend because if you have to have pirate lesbians. You just have to. And anyway, she's a sort of a siren that, again, is running away from home. Unlike Grega that wants to return to his family, she just does not want to be around them, so she escapes to the land and she then stays with them on the ship. Okay, here's more of the sculpture class drawings. I don't know why I guess I still haven't decided which wood pieces I would put in there, because I mean the core concept is putting different like scrap wood things in there, and I sort of went to my grandma's house who has like a lot of scrap wood, and I basically just took those from her and then painted everything black and inserted it into the project. And then there's more of the pirate boys. And there's more of the pirate boys. Also, this is one of the tattoos that Dimitri has on his arms. What is this? I don't know. Okay. And then more pirates. And then there's more Dimitri and Hazel. And then me feeling very bad. We're not going to talk about this. I feel like there's a few times in the year where I sort of already know in advance now that I will struggle, and that is the end of the school year, but obviously exam seasons. Not really because exams are hard, but because every year I convince myself that I'm not gonna make it, even though it's been fine so far, like in college. In high school, not so much. In college, I've been fine. So I don't know why I'm worried about it. But then also around this time, which is November, because the sun's just gone and seasonal depression really be getting me. I don't know why. Like, I don't think it was a problem until I left high school. After that, okay. You know what? I can't say that for sure because in high school I just struggled all the time emotionally. Then there's a little comic of Pepe being an idiot, drunk, and was just like climbing around. And then he falls down, and then he's like, I can't feel my leg. And then Grega is mad at him because, you know, he wants his boyfriend to take care of himself, you know. It made eyes so giant. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna say the necks, I haven't noticed the necks being as bad as in the last sketchbook. So that's a plus. Okay, this is art theory stuff. Alex, my boy, and his inner demon, and his dead brother and his dead dad. And then again, his inner demon. He still doesn't have a name. I don't know why I spelled cursed on his chest. Also, my alphabet is in a constant state of evolving, which what that means basically is that I don't remember some of the letters. Some of the letters are the same and have been the same since middle school, and all the rest of them I can't remember. So I keep changing them, and I also mix them up. So then I'm not sure what I actually wrote. It's so effective, yay! Not even I know what I'm writing. Amazing collab with me and Anna. She drew the veins in the arm because I can't draw veins. Did I go with his hair down? Pepe with wet hair, I guess. More backstory. Our professor, who agrees, but he doesn't. Dimitri. I'm sort of trying to figure out what clothes he would wear. Probably like athleisure or whatever that's called. But then also like maybe he would wear fun colors. But also from what I know about ballet dancers, they want to keep warm. Like they have to keep their bodies warm before like class and stuff, so the muscles have an easier time with, you know, working. There's less potential for injury. So he would probably like warm hoodies a lot. So here we started planning to go to London. This was genuinely one of the best things ever. I have wanted to go to London since I have started watching Dan and Phil. Kind of embarrassing, whatever. But yeah, here we basically had a trip where our professor was like, I'm gonna be in London from like this time to this time. You all can just like come over and join me, and we can go look at different galleries, and I'm gonna talk to you about art, which is just like, yes, please. It was very exhausting. However, we saw so much cool stuff. Like, we're gonna talk about it when I get there, but this is just the original planning, and I was so excited. Oh my god, our flag means death! This is when the first season came out. I was obsessed. So mad about the cliffhanger. I guess not really a cliffhanger. It was just like a sudden twist at the end of the season. But oh my god. Literally made gay pirates, like, what, a few weeks before these. And then I watched a show about gay pirates. This is a pirate era. Again, more gay pirates. They're getting kinky now. And then there's Pepe not really looking like himself. And then again, our professor just being problematic. It's fine. I think this is the day when I had the presentation. I was just like, it's over. I can stop having anxiety over this. I can start having anxiety over other things. Yay. Oh, I had to finish the pot still at this point. I did this pot. Actually, I did the pot once, and the lid cracked the first time. So that meant that I had to do the lid alone. Like, clay is so annoying to work with because it shrinks when it's drying and then it also shrinks once it's baked. So, when making something that has multiple parts, it's the best to make everything at once so it will have the same level of shrinkage. But if something cracks after it, you can't really know how much it will shrink, and also the clay that you use, like, after you've already done that, it's not necessarily the same, like, doesn't have the same, not consistency. It's not the same, so it doesn't mean that it will shrink in the same way the previous one did. So that was, I did it like 3 times, I think. It turned out fine at the end. Also, Alador, I love him. I know a lot of people were like, Odalia's toxic. Alador's not. No, they both kind of suck. But Alador is trying. And we appreciate a parent who tries. And me and my roommate Clara watched The Bad Guys. Genuinely a really good movie. The humor is a tiny bit childish. But I will excuse it because Diane is in there. I love her so much. I am not a furry. So here my classmate drew me Blackbeard. We both watched the pirate show. We both love it. I am so happy. More pirate stuff, more gays, more lesbians. I just showed the wrong pages. Whatever. Okay, let me just explain the basic dynamics. Primož is not very interested in any romantic relationships at all. He is the aromantic, so he's just like, well, guys, you just gotta, sleep with each other. And then there's Pepe, who has never experienced any kind of love type of thing, and he's very confused and is like, oh my god, what is happening? Grega is just sort of kind of clueless, but also very, like, sweet. And then there's these two that are just lovely, sort of, like, you would sort of expect maybe Miriam to be more like she's very confident about most things in her life, but then she also gets very shy when she's with her girlfriend, and that's basically it. Also, I'm not set on her name. Here I wrote it as Misha, which is a name that I do like, but I did forget it until I write it now, so I don't think it stuck very well. Yeah, and then there's more of my other characters. Then there's also these 3, which aren't really in any story. It's just that I at some point started drawing her, like a bunny girl that's very hot. And then I sort of just added a few characters in there, and now they're a throuple, I guess. I don't know. They just appeared. I don't know. Spy Family. I love it. Whoever watches my sketchbook tours, I hope you like listening to me ramble. So here's Alex and his wife, Jasmine, when they were younger, just like sort of starting to meet each other and stuff. I don't think there's any words necessary. Oh, Anna drew me a Lloyd. I really like this one. Sometimes you just draw a sketch that transcends time and your ability to draw at any time, and you're just like, how did I draw this very well a year ago? Like, how? Compared to my... Like, if you compare this to this, how did I draw this then? If this was what I was drawing, like... The yellow-blue combination is really nice. Who the fuck called me out? When was that? While I am aware that I could draw hentai, currently I haven't done it, so I don't know what that person was on about, and I don't remember who that was, so I don't have any context over that. Anna also drew me Anito. Also, this drink is my favorite thing. It's basically a maple caramel iced latte. Then here I wanted to do like a pride drawing. I don't think I did it. I like colored it. I don't think I did. This character's name is now Sunny, and it's the sound person in the opera. Drew a BTS member after like years. It's literally been years. That's actually so funny because I used to draw them so much in high school. Then there's some Vent stuff. I really like this blue with the black. That's all we're gonna say about that. And then I watched a lot, and I mean a lot of South Park during exam season. I watched like up to season 10, I think, in that amount of time. Because I just had it on constantly. God, you can just see when I'm stressed, my art is just not it. Here I was really upset over getting the same grade in something that I think I'm genuinely good at, and sculpting. So I had the same grade in drawing and sculpting class, and it did upset me. Right now, I would not care at all about that, but back then I still cared about my course. Imagine that. Imagine caring about the thing you're studying for. And I just felt shitty about that. Okay, and here I think is when it was finished. I was finished with the exams. I also did watercolors after a long time here and here. And I am not good at it. And yeah, I'm just not good at it. My baby boy. This is my favorite webtoon, by the way. What's it called? I'll put it here. I've seen these character designs like years before the comic even started, like on Instagram from the artist. And then I followed them because of that picture. And then eventually I was like, oh my god, they're making a comic from these characters. Yes. Then there's Kenny, the best boy of South Park, of course. I don't know why actually that's not good, I go. Because he has... What? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, this party was very fun. Let's just start with the fact that we were at a party where we didn't know the majority of people. We knew like the birthday person because she invited us, obviously. And then us, like between each other because we were classmates, and like one or two other people. Basically, we didn't know the majority of them. So we were just like sort of quietly sitting around talking with each other and then like drinking. And then eventually I was just like, there's a dog here. And we moved towards the dog and I was just like, oh my god, this dog is perfect. I was very drunk. And so was one of my other classmates that was just slowly drinking probably the entire bottle of limoncello. I don't know what's called in English, but it's a lemon liquor type thing. And yeah, I was just on the floor laying next to this old dog, and she was just getting pet from every person, and then there was also people just straight up laughing at me because why the fuck was there a girl rolling on the grass? But that did not matter to me at all because I had the dog next to me and I was so happy. Then after a party, every time I wear eyeliner, there's just sort of like, because you do wash the majority of it, but maybe because you're tired and you're drunk, you don't do the best job, so you just look like a raccoon, kind of. Yeah. Also Butters. I drew him really cute here. And then that's Tweak, probably. They have the same hair. Okay. Can you tell which characters I actually like in South Park, huh? Me and my brother also watched Pirates of the Caribbean because I didn't watch it when I was younger. Yeah, because I didn't watch it when I was younger because I was very afraid of horror. And you might be thinking, well, pirates aren't a horror movie, what the heck? Yeah. I, as a child, was convinced that every movie that was sort of had like spooky visuals in the trailer was a horror movie, and I would be scared of it. So I didn't watch this when I was a child, and I probably would like it a lot more as a child because watching it as an adult, the movies are just not good. I enjoyed the first one. That's also the one that I did watch when I was young. And here's more drawings from my classmates. Anna drew me Sherlock Yak, which was my favorite childhood cartoon. If you don't know that, it's basically a spin-off of Sherlock, but it's a Sherlock that Sayak. Then I did another one of these with the cracked screen. This one is really not stuck well on. I should be worried about the glass, probably. But no, it's probably fine. And then we have Ganyu, really messed up because, again, I can draw with watercolors. And then here I was thinking for some other stuff, like scene design for a thingy. I don't know, talk about it. What is this? I think this is my doodles from work. Yeah. This is my doodles from work. I think here, like, I had a couple of things to do, but not that many. So I was mainly just anxiously waiting for work. Then here I realized that I've never really fallen in love because nobody loved me back. Edgy moments. Ooh. I haven't really thought about it since, so I think that's a good thing. I'm really happy where I am right now, so, you know, it's really nice to enjoy being single after being miserable about it for a couple of years. Like, I think that the best use of my summer, it is to just work to get money because, you know, broke student. But I do not have a car license still. A driving license. And hopefully that will change soon. I just need to take the test, basically, at this point. But walking for any amount of time in the heat wave is the worst thing ever. I felt so shitty every day coming back from work because I finished at 2, where it's so hot outside and you have to get on a bus, and then after the bus you have to walk home, and the way I have to go home is I have to go over a hill. Like, it's not that big of a hill, but walking upwards in heat is awful. Like, I remember just coming home and just laying on the floor because it was so hot. Then here's some expression practice. I think I need to improve the way I draw mouths. I think I need to do that because I haven't changed it in probably years. Then there's baby Olivia, and I think I called her Hazel again. Oh my god. Baby Olivia and Tristan. And then there's baby Dimitri that obviously wouldn't be in the same place. More of them. I don't know if I was rewatching My Little Pony or if I was just watching a compilation of Discord and Fluttershy because they are my favorite characters and I just decided to draw them. I think that pretty much summarizes my love life that year. There wasn't any, but I did develop a crush on a person that I really didn't want to like, and after I stopped liking them, I was like, what was that about? Because what? I'm glad that it's gone. And then at some points, like on Fridays, everyone basically finishes early because everyone has extra hours that they then use to be like have an early weekend, which makes sense. But a student doesn't really have that, so they count every minute that you are there. So I was just waiting for like an hour alone in the office. And I have, what is this? Some very loose drawings of Jasmine and Alex. Oh, Loki. I haven't drawn him in so long. I think this is when I watched the Avengers for the first time. Yeah, I know. I skipped a lot of movies, okay? Don't give me shit for it. And there's some more drawings, and then I was trying to figure out like if Dimitri would have a back piece and what it would be. Still haven't decided, honestly. And then here's again me being more edgy over that. Over just feeling not wanted in life, and yeah, and also just being really disappointed in myself for having feelings that I sort of thought that I already passed. Like just the feeling of, oh, nobody wants me here, because I know logically that's not true, but every once in a while your brain will just go back. Like, it's not that you regress, it sort of feels like you're regressing. So then you feel really mad at yourself for even thinking that way, because you know it's not true. It just feels like your feelings take you back to a place where that was true. And it sucks, you know. Here's me actually drawing a comic. Isn't that nice? And then we went to London. Yay! So, the first day, I don't remember when our plane ride was. Um, but I think we got there around like 2 or 1 o'clock, and then we had to go on a train ride, and we were just looking at the pretty houses. Everything was made from bricks. Listen, listen. I know that everyone that lives in London says it sucks, but I loved it so much. Like, I believe, yeah, I know that visiting someplace and living someplace is very different, but I think I just really enjoy England because it feels so freeing for me. Um, and I also just literally wanted to go there for years. But yeah, the first day we got there at like 1, and then we went on a train ride, and then our professor was like, "If you want to, you can join me on like going on one gallery to that like closes really early, so we have to go directly to there." So we basically didn't eat lunch, and that did feel kind of miserable, but also we did survive. But once like we like what's also very important is this was in the middle of the summer, and that year London had, of course, the highest temperatures they've ever had. Of course, somehow we managed to go to a place that is known for rain, and there it was just really sunny and really hot. So we were by 5, which is when we got like food. We were so exhausted. Like we were really tired, and like when you're eating food and you just like kind of feel like you're gonna start crying because you're just exhausted. It's too hot. It's too just no. Yeah, that was the first day. Otherwise, everything else was fine. My absolute favorite galleries that we went to was Tate Britain, which we went on the second day, and then the National Gallery, which we also went on the second day, I think. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, here are some of my favorite art pieces from here. Also, I really like this picture of Giacometti because why is he kind of cute? Like, what the heck? Oh no! On the second day, we went to Tate Britain and then Tate Modern. Tate Modern was also really fun. Also, there was a piece from Louise Nevelson there, which is the reference I had for sculpting class. I think on that day we already went to Hyde Park and just sat on the floor and drew and read books. Actually, I don't think we read books. We didn't buy books yet. I bought a lot of stuff in London. In fact, I think I bought like 4 books. Now, saying 4 books sounds extreme. It was 3 volumes of manga and then 1 book about design or something. It was pretty thin, but like still with very limited luggage, that is actually a lot. and so yeah, so then there was National Gallery. This painting is so beautiful. I was mind blown. I think this one is my favorite. And then they have Caravaggio, which is just like, yes. Also this one was really nice. And then just what the heck did you just say type of face. We were kind of exhausted, so I sort of stopped following along the main group that was listening to the professor all the time, and I sort of went from picture to picture and drew them. I think this was the day when we looking through like galleries that are actually like for selling art, and we walked so much that day. A lot of walking, nowhere to sit, no toilets. I don't know what that's about. The only toilet we were able to find is at McDonald's. The only toilet, like public toilet we were able to find that day was at McDonald's, and I think everyone was sort of on the same page because there was just a giant line of people waiting for the toilet in McDonald's. Yeah, like coffee shops don't have toilets. I don't know what that's about. Basically, every day we went to Hyde Park and just drew a lot. Also, this day we went to the Forbidden Planet, which is when I bought the manga. Then we had a day where we basically, like, the professor was like, you can come with me, but obviously you're free to just walk around. So me and my friends decided to go back to Tate Britain because we liked the gallery the most, and then we just sat around and drew random pictures that we liked. We also went to Five Guys. Five Guys is great. It's also very expensive. And then on the last day, we went to look at the Damien Hirst exhibition because we did talk about him in our sculpting class, so we wanted to see what that was about. And well, we were there with all our luggage, and the people in the gallery were like looking at us like, what the heck are you guys doing here? Also, that day, there was 40 degrees Celsius in London, and that was the day we were leaving. Luckily, I don't know how we would survive after that because it was just so hot. I love that there's again a seagull here. These were just pictures that my classmates drew. And then there's just some more doodles of my OCs. I think in the summer, like since I've started working, I don't draw that much. So I think I drew this in drawing class whenever I get frustrated. And that's why they're on a different paper. And yeah, there's just some random stuff again at the end. Oh yeah, we went to the British Museum. The ultimate place of stealing. That was very interesting. I drew nothing from there. Honestly, it's too big. There is no way you can get through that entire thing in one day, honestly. Okay, so here's this. Like I said, I was at home at that time, and I get my sketchbooks in the main city. So I just was like, also I bought this at Muji, and I was like, I can draw in this. Like, realistically, I'm not gonna use a notebook that small for notes because I like the big ones. So I just use it for drawings. I also drew in this pen a lot. I bought it in London. It's a Tombow Fudanosque, like, I don't know what it's called, but it's so good. I've almost run out of it, and I'm kind of upset. And then here's me figuring relationship dynamics for the comic characters. And here's me figuring out the layout of the opera house. I need to research this more because I want to. And then there's rooms from my characters. I'm probably gonna redesign this, but also the twins live together, but they have each a separate room. These are just some doodles that I did at work also. More comics. 11. I guess I watched Stranger Things here. For the first time, by the way. It's good. It also kind of sucks that each time there's anyone that's remotely nice, you already can tell that they are gonna die because they always kill the person that is the most likable. And it pisses me off. Here I was sort of planning to maybe do an animation of the gay pirates that I never ended up doing because I overcomplicated everything and I lost motivation immediately. Also, this was a time where I didn't have my phone. I think this is the National Library as a person. This is what I imagine him to be like. Also, these are my pairings for Stranger Things. Also, Eddie is me. I love him. I think the most interesting characters die in Stranger Things. Like, I really like her and Steve, and I love the friendship that they have. Yeah, Steve. I really like Steve. I'm glad that he hasn't died. If he died, I would probably stop watching. Here's me hanging out with young me. Well, you have to know that when I was young, I hung out with cats mostly, and I really liked Zorro. And then middle school me was an emotional wreck, and then high school me was okay, and then me now is just sort of realizing how much trauma I have from all the previous times. And also just not trusting anybody. Oopsie, that might be a problem. Stolas is a human. I actually really like Stolas. As much of a mess as Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss storytelling is, I really like the characters. Like, I understand why people complain, but at the same time, to me, it doesn't really feel like a series that is story-driven. It feels like a love letter to the creators' characters. And when I started thinking about it like that, it feels a lot better for me to watch it. Like, I don't get bothered that much that the story jumps around, that it sort of forgets certain characters, because I as someone who loves my characters, I understand the urge to just, because you can see like the way I draw random snippets from their life, so I sort of understand that point of view where you just want to put out episodes that give off, that have like characters' important moments in them and like the ships that you want there. And when I started like thinking about it that way, it sort of makes a lot more sense to me. Dionysus. And here I got my phone back. Here I started thinking about chopping off the front beats of my hair. It's sort of like a curtain bang situation. And I did that eventually. Like, I think a month from here I did that. Okay, here's some more drawings from other people. I think this is when me, my roommate, and another one of my friends were playing Pictionary, and we were all just drawing in here. This is the cutest thing ever. Also, Tiny Stolas. Just also detectives. Love Eugene. Steve. Anna drew this, obviously. Obviously, it's not my style. You can see that. I drew this. I think I drew this in London. I don't know why I drew it on the last page, but yeah, that was basically by the end when I was just really exhausted, but it was super fun. And that is it. How many sketchbooks do I have left? I think I have four sketchbooks left to catch up until I catch up to my current one. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Goodbye.